Hi guys, welcome to this Body Club workout. Today we're going to be running through a beginner core workout, so introducing you to some basic core techniques. If you're fairly experienced with working out and your core's quite strong, this might not be the class you use. A slightly more advanced version of one of my core classes might be a better fit for you. But if you're just starting out, this one is absolutely perfect. No special equipment required, but I would like you to just pause the video and grab either a yoga block or a magazine or a book, something you can balance comfortably on your lower back when we're down on the mat. So something quite nice and light and it's not breakable. So just pause the video and grab that. If you don't have one to hand, we'll use that a little bit later on in the video. So first of all, we'll run through a really quick warm up and we'll get into some good core work. And initially, I want to just talk you through a little bit of pelvic tilt, which we'll use in the session. So I want you to hold around the hips, find the front of the hip bones with the fingertips there, and holding around the hips, imagining your hips are a bucket of water. And we're going to have a go at tilting the water out the front of the bucket and the back of the bucket. You can see how my lower back arches and flattens. So just have a go at that movement, tilt out the back of the bucket, front of the bucket. It's not a huge movement, this one, 15 or 20 degrees of rotation. Nice control. You'll feel the glutes gently squeeze when you tilt the water out the back of the bucket there, and the stomach muscles just switch on gently as well, and then relaxing them as you tilt forward. All right, last couple of those, just get a feel for that tilt. If you haven't done that before, it might be worth just pausing the video and having a practice at that, get a feel for that. What we want to avoid is any swaying through the hips. So I'm staying up nice and tall, and it's just my pelvis and lower back gently rotating there. So let's put that into some cat-cows now, down onto the mat. And if you set up with the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, I'm going to do that same rotation we've just done there. So I'm rotating the pelvis gently, anterior and posterior tilt. And at the same time, I'm going to start moving the head now. So the eyes look forward when the back is flat. And then we tuck the chin as the back arches. And then looking forward as we flatten. So really nice control. Let's get this spine moving gently before we start adding in some strength work. Drawing the belly button in towards your spine as you arch up. Relaxing the stomach as you flatten. Belly button in towards the spine and relaxing there as you flatten. Okay, one last one. Good stuff, perfect. Come and pop onto your back. I like to use a yoga block just to support my neck for this one, but head on the ground is absolutely fine. Arms out to the side, knees together, feet together. And then from here, just gently rolling the legs off left and right. Let's get a little bit of rotation through the lower back. Really nice control on it. Don't force it, just find that 6 or 7 out of 10 stretch each time. Don't worry if you can't get all the way to the ground. Good stuff. Last one there. And gently back to centre. Have a go now, just crossing the knees. So one knee over the top, and we're going to try the same thing, gently left and right. You get a little bit more of a hip stretch with this one. But again, don't force it. It's just finding that nice 6 or 7 out of 10 each time. All right, last one there, and then have a swap. Same on the other knee. Really nice and steady. Good guys. Okay, gently over one last one and have a rest when you get back to centre there. Good stuff. Okay, come and pop up, have a spin round. We're going to go into a bit of a glute stretch, so into a pigeon stretch here. leg comes up and across the body. Now don't worry, if your foot is a little bit lower down towards the knee a bit more, if that range feels more comfortable, that's absolutely fine. As you get looser, the foot can come up towards the hands a little bit more there. So from this position, we're going to sink gently down into the stretch and press back. Again, just finding your 6 or 7 out of 10 stretch each time. So don't force it. Nice control down into it. You might find you can get a little bit deeper into the stretch each time. Brilliant. Okay, one last one. And then we come and have a swap. Same onto the other leg. Come into position, take your time. Nice control down, sinking into it. Get these hips moving gently. Nice guys, and one last one. Lovely. Okay, slowly out from there. Come and have a stand up. And feet about shoulder width apart. I just want you to sink gently down into a squat and then stretch up nice and tall. Sinking down and stretch up tall. Think about sinking the weight through the heels of the feet. Opening up, keeping these knees nicely in line with the feet so we're not collapsing in or out too much with the knees as you sink. Feet stay nice and flat. Opening through. All right, one last one there. Perfect, good stuff, good stuff. Okay, just going to introduce you to a little bit of core bracing. So what we're trying to activate here is a muscle called transverse abdominis, which wraps around the core here like a bit of a corset. Okay, so to activate this muscle, we're going to be lying on our back. This is one of your deep spinal stabilizers, so they're not so much your six-pack muscles on the outer layer of your core. This is our deep spinal stabilizer muscles, are one of. Really good one to get in tune with. So, what I want you to do is pop the fingertips underneath the lower back. So you've got fingertips either side of the spine there. And just in that natural hollow of the lower back. And then I want you to have a go at gently bracing your core so your lower back tightens down onto your fingertips. So it's that same brace you would do if you coughed or sneezed. You feel the stomach gently tighten, this deep core muscle gently tighten, and the lower back should feel like it tightens gently onto the fingertips. So have a go at just bracing 2 or 3 seconds and then relax 2 or 3 seconds. Brace and relax, and just get a feel for that deep core activation. If you're not sure on that, not sure if you're feeling it, have a go at taking your fingertips onto the front of your hips. This is another way of feeling if that muscle's activated. You can go fingertips onto the front of the hips and then moving just a couple of centimetres down and a couple of centimetres inwards off those hip bones off the front, and then just gently digging your fingers into the soft tissue there. Have a go at that same gentle brace again you would do if you coughed or sneezed. So it almost feels like your muscles underneath the fingertips are fighting back gently against you. If you're digging into that area gently, the muscles are just tightening and fighting back against you. So again, a couple of seconds squeeze, couple of seconds relax. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of leg movement into that brace. So if I go back, fingertips underneath, I'm going to have a go at firing up my brace and maintaining it. And I just want you to hold that brace about sort of 50 or 60% of how hard you can. If you brace too strongly, it's really difficult to breathe through that. So a gentle brace through the core, say 50, 60%, but make sure you can breathe through that. So I just want you to have a go now at taking a couple of deep breaths, but maintaining that brace. If your fingertips are in that top position there to feel, that's absolutely fine, or they can be underneath the lower back. A couple of deep breaths, but keeping that stomach muscle switched on. And then I want you to have a go from here. We're going to lift the right leg and back down. Then same with the left. All the time maintaining that pressure on the fingertips. So nice control, slowly marching, couple of seconds up, couple of seconds down. Don't worry too much about keeping in time with me. Gently lift and down. Now if that feels relatively easy, I want you to try this next version. So it's a lift, lift, down, down. Now the tricky bit's when you lift that second leg. If the first version felt hard enough, stick with that, option 1. This is option 2 here. Lift, lift, down, down. All about keeping that pressure down on the fingertips, maintaining this core brace throughout. Good stuff. And then option 3 I have here, if that still feels relatively easy, we start with both feet up, switch my core brace on, and then I float the leg down and come back. Now the further I stretch the foot away from me, the longer the leg, the longer the lever, and the harder that is to maintain my core position. So just find that level that feels good for you. We're going to go for a set of 45 seconds worth. Okay, so choose your level, 1, 2 or 3. Now we've had a little bit of an intro to that. Choose your level, 1, 2 or 3, and we're going to go 45 seconds worth. Really nice and steady. Okay, so fingertips in position, set that brace, and let's go for it. So again, option 1 is an up and then down with the foot. All 3 options though, that core bracing stays the same. And down. Option 2 is the lift, lift, down and down. And then leading with alternate legs each time for that option 2. Down and down. And then option 3, you've got both legs starting up, heads resting on the ground, really nice and steady. Nice control, floating through. Good guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish that last float. Slowly come down. Take a couple of nice deep breaths there. Okay. Perfect. Now, if you could grab your yoga block or book, which I mentioned at the start, and come onto all fours, we're going to pop the block onto your back there, onto your lower back. So, that cat exercise we did right at the start with the pelvis rotation, I want you to try and find about halfway on your cats. So that should mean your lower back is in that sort of neutral spine position. So about halfway between all the way tilted forwards and all the way tilted backs. Most people will have see my halfway there, will have a slight arch in the lower back, same as you would do when you were standing up basically. So the idea is we're maintaining that exact position with this next exercise. That same core brace you've just done for the leg floats, I want you to think about gently activating that same muscle with this exercise, and we're going to take one arm and the opposite leg and reach through, just holding here. So reaching through the fingertips and keeping that block nice and still, nice and balanced on the lower back. If that feels relatively easy, you can walk the hands forward a little bit, drop the hips into it, and slant forward a little bit more. Good, so pelvis is staying square onto the ground. Think about gently bracing that core so the lower back is not dipping down. I'm going to try 45 seconds each side. Good guys. 3, 2, 1, come down. Okay, take a couple of breaths. Find that neutral position with the lower back again. And we're going to go same on the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. So it's opposite arm and leg. Get your balance. Think about pushing the floor away and that nice line through the body, straight line from the fingertips to the tiptoes out the back there. A few nice deep breaths. Again, if you want to make it a bit harder, walk the hands forward slightly and drop the hips into it. Good, bracing that core. Focus on what that block's doing. Turn, coming in last 3, 2, 1, fold in, and just pop back into child's pose here. We'll just have 10-15 seconds, relaxing the shoulders to the ground. Couple of nice deep breaths. Okay, slowly out from there. All right, come and have a roll onto your side. Next, we're going for a bit of side plank work. So we're working the obliques now on the side of the body. So I'll give you, again, a couple of options for this one. Option 1, bottom knee is bent, top leg is straight, and I'm lifting the hips off the ground, nice straight line through the body. So that's option 1. Option 2, we're going to have the feet either side by side like this, so top leg back, or feet stacked on top of each other, but legs are straight and you're coming up into that side plank. So this time, static hold again. We're going to hold up, same thing, 45 seconds each side. You can mix and match the options as well, so you could always start with the slightly harder one. If you can't make it all the way through on that option, drop to the slightly easier one, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, let's go. So option 1 with there, bottom knee bent to 90 degrees, top leg straight. Think about an open chest. You see a lot of people staring down at their feet, wanting to see what's going on down here. I want you to think about eyes forward, open chest. Make sure this elbow is underneath the shoulder here. Don't let it slide down. Well done, guys. Option 2. Got there. Squeezing up nice and high. Think about gently squeezing the glutes and really lifting from here, pulling that oblique in, opening through. Good, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, come and have a spin. Same on the other side. Go and get yourself set. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Again, squeezing the glutes, pulling those hips up nice and high. You may have one side which feels a little bit stronger than the other. Very common. So you can either have this top hand up here or just resting on your side, whatever's more comfortable, as long as these hips are nicely aligned. Again, open chest, eyes forward. Down and option 2, slightly harder into that full side plank. Good, guys, come on, last 10 seconds now. Good, good, good. 3, 2, 1, and rest from there. Well done, good stuff. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. Little breather. Okay. We're going to pop now back onto your back for a bit of our leg float work, which was this bracing exercise we did. This time, hands are going to go behind the head. So we're going to do the same 3 options with the brace and the legs, but this time with the shoulder blades lifted. So I'm looking out between my legs. I'm letting my head feel nice and heavy into my hands, but I'm lifting from the stomach muscles. So option 1, just a quick recap, is the up and down. Option 2 is lift, lift, down, down. And then option 3 with air, float and down, float and down. So again, it's all about maintaining that pressure down towards the mat. You haven't got your fingertips underneath this time to feel that as much, but you're thinking about keeping that lower back nice and still and that core brace. So if you feel it releasing, try the slightly easier option. Okay, 45 seconds again, guys. 3, 2, 1. So option 1, lift and down, lift and down. Now try and avoid pulling the chin down to the chest. Keep that head in neutral, and we're lifting from the stomach muscles as opposed to the neck muscles. Lift, down, down. That's your option 2 there. Option 3, stretching through and back. Good, nice brace through. Coming in, last 10 seconds. Keep your control. Elbows wide. 3, 2, and 1. Give the knees a hug. And just let those stomach muscles recover a little bit. That one will get the abdominals working a little bit more, so that outer layer of the core a little bit more, along with that transverse abdominis muscle and that deeper layer. Okay, back to Superman or bird dog exercise, which we did with your block. This time we're going to add a bit of movement into that. So come and pop back onto all fours. Same thing, I want you to find halfway on your cat. So find that neutral spine, that halfway position. Pop your block on or your book up onto there. And this time, what we're going to do, we're going to reach out, and then I'm going to come in, tap the knee, and extend. Tap and extend. So this time we're going to try 45 seconds each side of that. Really nice and slow and steady. Somewhere around 10 to 12 reps is quite a nice target for 45 seconds. If you're getting in 15 or 20 reps, you're going a bit too quickly. So keep it nice and slow. And again, the key is not letting this lower back, have a look at my lower back, not letting it arch and bend too much. So as you stretch out in particular, don't let that lower back dip down and don't lose that core position. So that same brace we just did in the leg floats. Okay, choose a side. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. So reaching through, and then reach in, tap the knee gently, and stretch out. Bit of balance with these. So this is where this core stability comes in, balancing that block. Really nice and controlled. 2-3 seconds out, 2-3 seconds in. Keep the eyes down, head in neutral. And if your book is slipping around, you can just sort of reach behind and replace it. Good guys, nice control. 3, 2, and rest there. Okay, we're going to have a swap. Again, if it feels relatively easy, walking the hands forward, dropping the hips into a little bit, so my shoulders are still above the wrists there. Okay, and that makes it a little bit tougher, so find your level. Okay, come and get set. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Onto the other side, extend, reach through the fingertips and tiptoes, and then in and tap. Again, get a feel for it. Make sure the shoulder is staying above the wrist on that standing hand. And what's that lower back doing? Gently drawing the belly button in towards the spine, bracing the core. Good guys, keep it really nice and slow again. Much better to do 8 or 9 really nice ones than 15 rubbish ones. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest there. Perfect. All right, come and spin onto your side. Back into side planks. Same 2 positions for your options. So you've got your bent leg or your straight legs. This time we're going to add in a little bit of a pulse into that. So make sure that elbow is set underneath the shoulder. So let me just demo for you first before we start our clock. So it's just an inch or two pulsing in that top position there. Again, really slow and steady. You're not trying to fire them out, just gently up and down. Same thing, we're going to try 45 seconds each side. Again, you can mix and match the options. You can always start with option 2, and if that gets too hard, drop to option 1. No problem. All right, come and get yourself set. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Squeeze up. Again, open chest, eyes forward. Mini pulses at the top there. Just keep it really slow and steady. A little bit tougher than the static hold versions, this one. So you might find that you maybe need to do this slightly easier level if you were between the two. Straight leg level. Nice control up and downs. Good, guys, coming in. Last 10 seconds. Good, keep pushing. Think about that posture. Open that chest. 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. Okay, 15 seconds, quick turnaround. Have a spin over to the other side. Come and get yourself set. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Again, really think about squeezing these glutes, keeping that nice lock at the pelvis there. Glutes do quite a bit of work on this one. It's not just in the obliques. Glutes and shoulder muscles work quite hard as well. Good, guys, well done. 20 seconds to go. Option 2 is there for your straight legs. And make sure that lower leg is coming up off the ground as well. So just below the knee. Is not laying down on the ground too much there. Good, guys. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Good effort. Good effort. All right. Next in line, we're going to have a go at a little bit of back extension. So we're working the back of the body now. So with this exercise, that pelvic tilt we looked at the very start, I want you to think about tilting the water out the back of the bucket and squeezing the glutes. So we're going to be lying on your stomach for this one. Arms are down by the side here. So just away from the body, palms facing the floor. First thing first, I want you to think about pushing the pubic bone down into the mat, tucking that tailbone underneath, tilting the water out the back of the bucket and pressing the front of the hips down into the mat. And you should feel your glutes just switch on as you do that. So that's the first movement, that's squeeze. And then we're going to have to go lifting chest, arms and head, opening the chest and then come back down. So nice controlled up and down to this one. Again, we'll time this one, guys, so we'll do it together, 45 seconds worth. Really slow and steady, couple of seconds up, couple of seconds down. And I want you to think about really opening the chest and squeezing the shoulder blades together for this one. All right, come get set. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. So pubic bone down into the ground before we lift. Open up the chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together and come back down. Again, just in your own time, couple of seconds up, couple of seconds down. Let the shoulders roll forward as you come down, hands touch the floor. And then opening the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together, reach through the fingertips. Really nice and steady. Works all down the back of the body. Nice, guys, well done. Okay, one last one. Squeeze up. And have a rest once you finish that last rep. Just come back into, again, child's pose. Little sit into that there. Just take the back into a little bit of flexion. Feels quite nice after doing extensions. and slowly out from there. Okay, next up we're going to have a go at a front plank. We've done some side planking. Front elbow plank. So option 1 is on your knees here. Option 2 is up on the feet. And option 3, up on the feet with some toe taps. So for all 3 options, we're thinking about tilting the water out the back of the bucket. Again, so we're flattening the lower back. Have a look at my spine as I do that. So this is with my core not engaged. You see my lower back is sort of dipping down into that extension position. This is with my core engaged. So I'm switching on the glutes and stomach muscles and that nice line through the body. So that's what we want to aim for. And any of the options, 1, 2 or 3 for this. So choose your level. This is the last exercise of the workout. I'm going to try a full minute on this. Again, you can mix and match the options. So you could start with option 3 and drop to 2, for example, see how it feels. But it's all about maintaining that nice core brace. So from here, give you a countdown, 3, 2, 1. Again, elbows underneath the shoulders. So I'm on my knees there and I'm squeezing the glutes. This is option 1 position. Tucking that tailbone underneath. But a nice straight line from my shoulders to my knees. That's the key. I'm not letting the bum pop up in the air there. And that's the cheat for all the options. So option 2, again, straight line through the body. Don't let those hips pop up into the air. Think about pushing the floor away with the elbows. Lengthening around that upper back, nice and active through the shoulders. You've got 20 seconds to go. And if you're doing option 3, slow and steady on those toe taps. Keeping the pelvis nice and square onto the floor. Really slow and steady. Good guys, 3, 2, 1 and rest. Again, just soften back into your child's pose. Couple of nice deep breaths through that there. Good stuff, and slowly out from there. Brilliant. Well done today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's workout. Bit of an intro to some basic core moves. And yes, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time out. Take care. Bye.